What's up, guys? Today is day 173 on our journey to 2000, and we're going to review some stuff and then play a 15-minute rapid game. So let's see how it goes. Some of you guys might know that I've been doing this free Chessable Pirc defense course and been learning a lot of lines. Right now, I might not remember all of them, but today, for today, I learned the flexible bishop e3. And the way this works is that the bishop comes out early, and it's still unclear if they're going to go for the Austrian attack, if they're going to be aggressive, if they're going to put the queen here, or if they're just going to go in like a classical setup. So because of that, we do a flexible a6 move. And when they bring the queen here, we get ready for counterattacking on the flank, potentially. And I don't remember all the moves here. My memory for this isn't the best. You see that said alternative. It was an okay move, but not the move. A lot of the times when the bishop is here, this bishop fianchettos, but I don't think that's right here. Yeah, you see an alternative. None of these worked. Okay, so they want the reroute of the knight to b6. Okay. Here, when they push here, you kind of have to counter that. You don't want the knight to become active. We looked at this specific one yesterday. Just the thing is, and then you're trying to stop these pushes, I think, is the ideas behind this. The thing is that the next few we did not look at. So we're going to look at them now. I'm going to my brother's graduation today, which is why I might be playing a little, or I might seem a little antsy, because I don't have too much time to record and upload today. But that's okay. I suppose I should have gotten up earlier. So again, with this going on, you ready this. Knight is going here. This one is a bit different. Difference is this attack is more premature. That's not the right phrase. But you can counter it. And now I remember the reason why we developed the knight to d7 and then to b6 is to have the space for this knight if they come in with this attack. And I think the point is you're trying to get a quick counter attack too. This move knight c4 looks really cool. But I think in this line they actually prefer c5. So let me play this. You see it says incorrect. I was wrong. They wanted b4. They wanted to completely attack here. And then when the knight falls back, then they want c5 is incorrect. They want bishop b7. Because, okay, I'm starting to remember after I make all the mistakes. Now they want c5. Okay. So, you know, they're coming in aggressively, so we come in aggressive. And the point of bishop b7 is because we kick the knight away, we have a target now in the center of the board. If he moves the pawn, we win the rook. So I think these are the ideas here. And yeah, we're gonna just keep doing it. Now, the third flexible move, or the third variation with this bishop e3 move, we kind of start the same. You know, everything looks normal here. Now, if we push to h5, this is an even earlier push, I guess, because our knight's not on b6. So because of that, we need to make space. And now that the pawn comes here, since we don't have an h-pawn anywhere, I think we actually move to h5. Yeah. And this is to stop the h-pawn from pushing, since we didn't have time to push our h-pawn. And to be honest, I'm kind of figuring this out right now just by looking at this position again. Sometimes it takes a day for things to like stick in your brain, I feel like. Now here, the important thing about this move is that we could kick the knight out, but this is not a real target anymore because he has f3, right? He doesn't have the pawn on f4. So fianchettoing this bishop doesn't make sense. Fianchettoing the other one, though, does. Now it becomes a little more powerful, right? It's so cool how I'm like understanding the ideas more and more. Anytime there's a c5 push, though, it gets a little tricky. Speaking of, there might be a c5 push now. There might be a b-pawn push. Yeah, it was the b-pawn push. So here it said, compared to this, we lack the play against the white king on the weakened queen side. This is, oh, note that this castling and then knight g3 is good for white because he wants to trade off these knights. So instead, again, we play more aggressive. We attack right away, and then we attack the center. And here we're gonna let him take. Why would we take here? The best move in this position might actually be just to castle. from what they recommended, and then taking. Yep. And a lot of the times in this opening, you actually just give up a pawn for the initiative. It's a very weird opening. This is the last variation of the bishop e3 move. Again, we go a6. The knight comes out. This looks more like a classical variation, but he could still go queen d2. So I thought we still go with b5, but apparently not. We fianchetto. See, I'm not remembering anything. I know I just repeated the same thing over and over. We might actually castle here. We might not. I just don't remember. Okay, we do castle. And we leave the bishop here. When he takes, we just take back. Yeah, okay. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter when we do b5. Or maybe it does. Maybe getting castled quickly before a center pawn push is important. Now, typically when the bishop comes here, we do go knight c6. So that's something I've just been learning. And typically when they attack, we exchange the first set of pawns and then we move our knight somewhere. In this case, I actually remember we move the knight here and then we trade like this in the center. And the cool thing here is that we could take the bishop, move the queen to the side, and attack the rook. And that's like how it goes. Or maybe that's not cool, but that's just how it goes. So this is reminiscent of a classical variation, which is why they're okay with just castling kingside, I believe. And the last one I went over was the London Pirc. So in the London Pirc, the first set of moves is obviously the same. And when the bishop comes here, I don't remember the exact ideas, but I think they said in some lines you could go knight h5. I haven't explored it too deeply. It might be that a6, again, is a very flexible move and something to do. Now, this looks like a classical variation type move, which lets me know that castling is probably okay. They want to go for this idea. I think we'll need to be able to trade our bishops, so castling makes sense. When they castled this side, we can counter attack. So b5 makes sense to me. See, I don't even remember the lines here. I'm just doing what makes sense in my head from what I've been learning. Again, when bishop comes to d3, typically knight c6 is a move. Okay. A new move. Instead of bishop b7. Oh, okay. We immediately throw our pawns forward, leading to a tactical mess. Okay, so never mind. Here we attack the knight first. Knight comes forward. I don't believe we take. I think we take this pawn. Or maybe we take and then take the pawn. Okay. So you see, I don't remember everything. And I have to better understand the ideas in these positions. This I actually recall. Taking this pawn looks dumb because of this attack. But they say it's okay because we can take this pawn. We could check. We could bring the rook in. We could check. And we have like 4 pawns for the rook and it's pretty even and it's crazy. And so I might, try to push for these types of positions and see how the game goes. So again, they wanted this move. They wanted to take. They wanted the c5 move. Knowing when to do c5 is a little tricky. I think sometimes it's okay to not do the moves they recommend. But the basic ideas are starting to come together in my head. I still have to review this a lot, though, and understand it better. But I didn't just do the Pirc. I did the Vienna, too. I did 2 variations of the Vienna, and I love the Vienna. The Vienna is so much more interesting. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not so much more interesting. It's just so much more clear. It's and the ideas they have, like I remember all the lines here because the ideas made a lot of sense to me. So here they actually suggest this f4 move, which is usually the Vienna gambit when they bring the knight to f6 because you could kick the knight out. But here they say this works, which is super cool. Instead of bringing the knight to f3 to stop any queen checks, you could counter strike, counter attack, and move the king to e2, which looks crazy. I looked at lines with this, it doesn't really work. So that's that. Now we come in attacking the queen. Queen goes back, we recover the pawn. And here we sidestep any annoying checks like this. Checks like this won't work because our queen is watching. And the idea here is super cool. We give up the knight, but we come in with this check. And then we attack the queen. And he actually has to give up the queen here because if he takes the knight, this is a checkmate. So super, super cool. The next variation they talk about starts the same way, and then after this, we're going to play the 15-minute rapid game. So we know to gambit this pawn. But if they take the knight, which typically is not a good move to take an active piece for an inactive piece like this, from my understanding, but a lot of beginners love to do this. Here, this doesn't work either. This key point here is to take control of the center, open up your bishop, and when the queen comes into check, you block with the pawn, and you take back with the rook. Very interesting. Queen comes back to protect the rook, and actually there are no threats from the queen here. The queen is kind of paralyzed on the side of the board. And what we do is we focus on checkmating. Here, this is a checkmate threat. He might move forward. This is protected from the knight. We don't take the knight, of course. And the idea here is to bring our knight closer to get in this fork. He's going to protect from this fork. And now we have this beautiful bishop g5 move, because if he takes, we have queen f8 checkmate, the knight stopping the escape square. Now when he attacks here, we can take with the check. Taking with the knight doesn't work, again, because of check. Here, checkmate, I think. After this, you check like this. And then there's a faster way of checkmating by moving the bishop here, but for some reason they suggest this one, I guess just to be an asshole to your opponent. And this leads, this is a checkmate, so that was really cool. Okay, let's see if we could play any of these against people. Let's get into the game. Okay, we will get the Vienna, but we only looked at 2 variations, and we don't have the Vienna. We have the Sicilian defense. 15-minute game, though, so I might take my time here. French variation. Ugh, that looks annoying. Looks very passive, but I guess the bishop comes out early. I'm going to do my center push. I think that's fine. I'm not used to this French variation, though. If he attacks, I'll have to think about what to do. Okay, he blocks in his bishop. What's the purpose behind this move? He'd like to get his knight here? That would be very funny / interesting. Knight here is a possibility. Bishop here looks like it does something, but I'm just helping him. Actually, no, because that's the f-pawn. Maybe I want to bait in an f-pawn push. I can check. If I check, he has too many pieces to defend with. He can just defend like this. Then I have 2 hanging pieces. I think maybe just developing the knight is a good move. We stop any checks from the queen on the diagonal as well. Let's just do that, see what happens. Okay, so he does go to knight g6. It's a very weird move set, but I guess this is how the French goes. He plays very slowly, very passively. And I'm guessing that the idea is if I play too aggressively, it could backfire. Because he's setting up his position where he doesn't have much weaknesses, and if I just overextend, that might be a bad thing. I think we should just concentrate on developing pieces. That being said, the knight can jump to e5, but I don't know where it's going from there. It could also jump to f4, and again, don't really know what's happening there. If I go bishop d3, he can't fianchetto. His bishop can attack our knight or something. This could be something to think about. So if I bring the bishop here and he comes here, I would need to get my knight to safety. Something I could consider is attacking the bishop. If he takes, check. This protects. I don't think he actually has anything to sacrifice the bishop there, so I think we're gonna go here and see what happens. Okay, again, very passive play. Castling seems to be the idea here. I think we can just castle. The knight on g6 just looks so weird. Now that I think about it, maybe I should have castled the other side, but then he has the semi-open c-file. I don't know. Very weird position. Maybe the idea is to stop bishop f4. Because I feel like bishop f4 is an idea for knights and bishops to attack this way. That being said, maybe I can push this pawn in the future to target the knight. I mean, it just doesn't look that useful. We could go f4. Let's just make our position slightly better. h1 seems like a slightly better move because it allows us to push the f pawn without, any issues on the diagonal. Okay, counter striking on the opposite side of the board. I think a4 looks good. He also has bishop f6, but that blocks in his pawn, so that doesn't make sense to me. e6, what, fianchettoing the bishop? Not doing anything else, I don't think. At some point he's gonna push one of these pawns. Like, he's trying to take control of this area, it feels. Maybe he's waiting for this knight to move so he could go knight c6. What if I move a knight to the g pawn as well? Of course, this diagonal is a bit annoying, so maybe that wasn't a great king move. Can we counterattack right away? It's very complicated. Maybe this bishop gets developed first to connect my rooks and stuff. Not sure. I'm also looking at queen g4, although I don't really know what that does. It allows knight e5 targeting the bishop. Maybe I'm overthinking also. Queen h5 stops this knight move. Let's try it. It looks cool. Maybe knight f3, knight g5. Knight f3, knight g5 takes. Knight f3, f6. Then what? e5. We could take back with the queen. And this seems overextended. What if we just go e5, targeting the knight? We're opening up this pawn. Wait, knight f3, f6, e5. This might be an idea. Things are gonna blow up right now. Let's go knight f6. Knight f3. Let's see what happens. He also might go h6. Doesn't seem that good because it weakens the g6 square. I feel like I set up to go for an f4 push and I just did not push f4. Okay, e5. Well, that closes in his bishop, kind of. Maybe we go f3 in the future, so our minor pieces are kind of relieved of their duties here. We could still go knight g5. If he attacks, we could just go back, baiting a pawn push. Also, wait, isn't this just a free pawn now? I think this is just a free pawn. I don't want to overthink. My opponent is playing fast in a 15-minute game, like... Or maybe I'm playing slow, I don't know, but... Should probably remove the capture with the queen. I don't know what else I can do here. My queen is not getting trapped. There might be some tricks where I can push the pawn and attack the bishop if he attacks me. Because I would be threatening mate, but then he could block it. He clearly didn't expect that move. Because he's thinking it for quite a while. Bishop g5 looks kind of interesting, but not really. Because he might come here, here, and then fork. But that doesn't look right. Maybe it works. I don't know. Okay. Bishop attacks the knight? Really? I don't know, that seems weird. Knight takes, pawn takes, opening up his rook. Bishop check. King to the side. Queen h3. He takes with the other pawn. That just looks weird. Do we have to take here? Can we add pressures, add tension somehow? I don't think so. I think we take. Is he thinking of some sacrifice here? I don't think that works. I don't know why I thought so long for that. I don't know what other move I had. Okay. Actually, maybe we want to keep our bishop here for a potential attack later. Let's just go back. You could go bishop c8. This might be interesting. I'm thinking f4 now. These are my thoughts. Might be some tricks actually checking and winning my queen, but I mean my queen just protects that spot. So I wonder if we could well, why would I sacrifice a bishop? Should I get this bishop on this diagonal? I don't know. Okay, wow. Like he anticipated f4. This looks like a fork, but it's not. We could check and then bring the knight here. That actually looks pretty sweet. Maybe this is good use of the check. Difference is, I don't know. We have a purpose behind the check. Oh, okay. Let's see. Does f4 even work anymore? Wait, f4 still works technically. Yeah, f4. We're threatening to fork. He can't take because we take with the rook. If he takes, we take. He takes. And we're just winning-ish. Other idea is this pawn is not free to take. Okay, never mind. I have two ideas in my head. Either f4, which I want to do anyway, or check and bring the knight up. Now, if the knight comes forward, where is it going after that? I couldn't really tell you. I really can't. So let's go f4. Again, takes, takes, if takes, takes, takes. That just looks not smart. So let's do it. I'm overthinking positions I shouldn't be overthinking. I feel like he might go for a queen trade here. Maybe like queen e6. But then we pin it to the king, so that doesn't make sense. Wait, no we don't, because he could just take our bishop. Oh my god. Okay. He has this. I don't think that does anything. Do we want to move this pawn forward, or is this better? See, now the knight has some purpose, some targets. So I actually want to check and bring the knight forward. Let's do that. Gotta play faster. Okay, let's go here. He might trade. This is protected. Then he might develop the knight. I mean, we get rid of the annoying bishop, I guess, is the good thing. And we have the bishop here for now. Are we forced to trade? Takes the bishop. This pawn is hanging. Takes, takes, takes with check. Or takes the queen, takes, pushes him out. He goes all the way back and protects stuff. Oh, this is so complicated. Maybe king h1 was just not a good move. I don't want to trade our queen though, but I'm running low on time. I might have to. I really don't want to though. What if takes, checks, forced to take with check, here, takes. Can we just, I don't know. I feel like it's dumb to sack the knight. I just have a feeling that this leads to mate somehow. Oh wow, he doesn't trade. Maybe because there's more pressure here now? What if we push this pawn forward? We don't have time to think as much. I keep saying it, but it's true. Maybe redirect the bishop here. Also, I'm thinking b3 in the near future to get this bishop active. And to connect the rooks. Whew! Oh my god. Well, that helps what we want to do. We want to go b3. I don't know what else this move accomplishes. So let's go b3. Actually, yeah. Actually, bishop a3 is brutal now. Okay, I mean, I guess that's smart. I think we can just attack it. Queen is protecting the pawn. I'm seeing e4 as a potentiality. And maybe we'll go bishop a3, because this is not a threat. We just take. But we have less eyes on this pawn. No, we need to have eyes on this. I mean, bishop d3 works. Our queen is doing God's work here. Yeah, see? Bishop d3 works. Takes. Doesn't make sense. And maybe c4, attacking the queen. But then he has d4. His bishop needs to go somewhere. On c1, or it needs to go somewhere. Well, I mean, the idea behind this was to take, so maybe we just do that. The only problem is then he can take and take the bishop back. But that's only if he's still watching this diagonal, I think. Yeah, I see he's still watching the diagonal. So if we take here, and he takes, and we take, and he takes, and we take, he takes our bishop. And 2, 4, 6 pawns against 6 pawns. Knight and 2 rooks against bishop and 2 rooks. I don't really want that. Now we could go rook g1. No. Maybe we'll go bishop b2 to stop this. No, bishop d2, so we still have eyes here. Bishop a3 would be nice, but... I'm taking way too long per move. But it's a 15-minute game. Oh, should be okay-ish. If he pushes here, we might just go a5. I don't want to trade and then give him a rook exchange when this rook is doing nothing. He also blocked in his knight. We're much more active. We should find winning moves here, to be honest. But maybe I'm too hung up on this strategy. Also, rook f2 might be just as fine. We could double up our rooks. Maybe. This also protects the bishop. Really, this would be our only weak piece in the position. Or thing. Kind of. I don't know. Again, going for this exchange. I mean, probably fine to exchange here, right? He's forking. If I come here and he takes this pawn, we could take. We're threatening mate. He could check, we take. He could come back. We go here. He can check again. We just bring the rook up. Yeah, I don't want to trade. I want to see what we could do if we don't trade. Let him take the pawn. We have bigger goals in mind. Funny thing is, if he tries to sacrifice the rook, we have queen back. Queen here. Takes, and then that's winning, I think. I mean, even here he could... No, that's not a trade. He can't go for a trade. Oh, the queen stops this. Smart. Maybe just make our position better. I wonder if bishop e4 is a good move. Maybe rook e1 would be good. What if we push the pawn forward? Takes. Alright, we don't have time. Let's go rook e1. Doesn't look bad. I don't know how I spent a minute on that move. Jesus. So maybe bishop e4 was fine because we could en passant and then have some discovered attack on the queen. Of course, then the queen has extra spaces to go to with its queen. What? I don't know what I'm saying. Interesting game, though. I think this might be a move, to be honest. Queen takes the bishop, and we just take here, threatening mate. Because what can the queen do? We can take. We can do a discover check, but this discover check doesn't come with anything, so... Maybe it comes with the knight taking the bishop? I don't know. Let's do it. Yeah, what am I saying? This is a smart move. Him sacking his queen to get some initiative doesn't seem that great. He could win our bishop, but it's gonna be queen and 2 rooks and... Oh. Yeah, I didn't see this move for some reason. I mean, bishop here just looks natural. Ooh. I just realized what he's doing. Oh my god. Bishop here. Knight moves anywhere. Doesn't matter. He's threatening a mate. So maybe we just bring the queen back. And then bring the bishop here. We only have a minute left. Ooh. I want to do c4, but it lets the knight get in, which I don't like. But maybe that's fine. If he takes, maybe we have rook b1. f5 looks kind of interesting in the future. I don't know. Ugh. I can't believe I don't have enough time in a 15-minute game. That's kind of wild. A knight sack looks interesting. But it doesn't really work, I don't think. I think if he tries to go for... Yeah. Ugh. This is just a free pawn. Oh, he doesn't take. Also have queen b6. I think queen b6 is beautiful, but... Ah, so many moves. I just don't have time. Might be a checkmate somewhere here. Sacking this bishop or getting... I don't know. Ooh. Almost missed that. Okay, he simplified the position for me, which is good. Knights are so tricky. We gotta get rid of the knight. No, 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 no. Oh, oh, we had a minute. He had like 6 or 8 minutes. He's down to 4. That's good. That's really good. We have easier moves to make, I think, right now. Is he thinking of some sort of sack? Ah, it doesn't work, though. It doesn't work. Oh, yeah, we're definitely winning the knight. Or, like, getting rid of the knight. I think his best move might be to take the bishop. No, it's not, because then I... Oh, my God. Oh! That looks like maybe his best move, yes. That makes a lot of sense. Let's just take. He has this very tricky move, which I saw, but I don't know how to deal with. Yeah, you see? Check, takes, check. Oh no, takes. Yeah, I see. I saw this. I didn't know how to deal with it. I don't know what to do. Here, checks. Here, he has a discovered attack. Not good. Not good at all. Very bad. Oh, I saw it from a distance. I just did not know what to do. I played it too fast. Oh, yeah. I played it too fast. I don't know what to do. I mean, worse, I hope he trades it off. Then there might be a chance. Ugh, I screwed this game up, though. I screwed it up. I should have taken my time. A minute is a lot of time, and I gained 10 seconds per move. I should have been more chill with my decisions here. But it's very, very tricky. I mean, if I had bishop e4, I think it would have solved all my problems, possibly, but still tricky. Still tricky. Then he has maybe this move or something. Yeah. Here he takes the bishop. I move forward. Not looking hot. If he moves the rook somewhere else, we can move the king to g1. Not good. Oh my god. No, I should have gone to h4, so I have h3. Now I don't have h3 and he checks. Oh, I spent way too much time thinking. This is just a lost game. I can't believe I lost this game. This might tilt me in the next like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games I play. God damn it. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, how sad was that? Okay, it's okay. Whew, it's hard to shake off a loss like that. Winning the whole freaking game and then that hurts, man. And I think part of I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking this guy's playing some 10,000 IQ thing. He's just playing some random shit. He's playing some random moves, and I could have taken advantage of it already. Of course, this is my typical idea in the Sicilian that I go for. This is a smothered mate. If he comes here, the idea a lot of the times is to do this, and I didn't even go for this. And he has no knight to kick away my queen. He can come here, I can take, he can take, and now I'm just better. I'm developing faster. This is awkwardly placed. Bro, I think way too highly of the people I verse. I kind of like Gotham chess. I just like when he versus GMs, he thinks like, oh my god, like I can't beat a GM. That's how I'm feeling against a 1690 rated player when I was almost an 1800 rated player. I shouldn't feel like this. And F4 was the right move the whole game. Okay, here he did just blunder, and I took way too much time, and knight c4, keeping tension and other ideas alive was more important, it seemed like. Yeah. Wow, bishop a3 was better. This pawn move, I just thought, what do I do after this? But I mean, it's quite obvious what I do. This is mate. He's forced to get rid of this. I could probably even just trade everything off. That's mate. Oh my god, man. There were so many ways to simplify the game so early on, and I was overthinking everything. How hard was that to watch? Jesus. Yeah, I mean, here I was just low on time. I still thought I played this pretty well. Wow, they wanted me to sack this. Holy shit. Oh my god. What do you do here? What can you do? I make a queen, you take. I take. Oh, if I had 2 more minutes, if I just had 2 more minutes, if I played a little faster earlier on, I think I could have found this. I think I definitely could have found this. There were so many ideas here. And instead I play it like this. Rook g1, the most obvious move. How do I not play rook g1? Oh my god. And I felt like this was a bad move. I just had no idea what to do. Rook g1. Bro, I hope this gets embedded into my brain, so I will never make a mistake like this again. Holy schmoly, bro. Holy schmoly. Now, what if he comes here? Now, I'm not saying this is the simplest thing. Like, what do I do here? I have this. That's mate. He would be forced to, like, I don't know, give this up maybe. And then what? Like, this wins the bishop. Oh my god, man. Jesus Christ. I even have this maybe. like I could just play this in my head. Boop. Boop. It doesn't even matter, man. It doesn't matter. Let's say he goes for this. Oh my god, man. I could have... Really? Rook c1? Oh, the other rook. That makes more sense. Damn. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's a long one, probably, but say in the comments below. I don't know how you write it. I'm curious to see how you'll write it. Have a great one. Bye-bye.